Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namah Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vashata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari 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 Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana 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 Yashoda यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
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 तीरावनचारि
यमुनतीरावनचारि
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 जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
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 यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
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 तीरावनचारि
यमुनतीरावनचारि
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 जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe, Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe, Jaya Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe, Jaya Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe, Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chandra Radhe, Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chandra Radhe, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha, Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha, Prahlad Nrsimha, Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha, Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha, Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha, Prahlad Nrsimha, Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Privijakacharya Stotra Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Samsapakacharya saved the whole world. Srila Prabhupada Ki Grantara Srimad-Bhagavatam Ki Srimati Tulsi Maharani Ki Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrindi Ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 2nd chapter, text number 38. Chapter Ajamila delivered by the Vishnu Dutas. Mamaham iti dehadau. Mamaham iti dehadau. Hitva mithyartha dhirmatim. Hitva mithyartha dhirmatim. Dhasye mano bhagavati. Dhasye mano bhagavati. Shuddham tat kirtanadibihi. Shuddham tat kirtanadibihi. Mamaham iti dehadau. Hitva mithyartha dhirmatim. Dhasye mano bhagavati. Shuddham tat kirtanadibihi. Mamaham iti dehadau. Hitva mithyartha dhirmatim. Dhasye mano bhagavati. Shuddham tat kirtanadibihi. Mama, mine. Aham, I. Iti, thus. Deha adau, in the body and things related to the body. Hitva, giving up. Amithya, not false. Artha, on values. Dhihi, with my consciousness. Matim, the attitude. Dhasye, I shall engage. Manaha, my mind. Bhagavati, on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shuddham, pure. Tat, his name. Kirtan Adibihi, by chanting, hearing, and so on. Translation by His Divine Grace Yasi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.
Simply because I chanted the holy name of the Lord in the association of devotees, my heart is now becoming purified. Therefore, I shall not fall victim again to the false lures of material sense gratification. Now that I have become in the absolute truth, henceforward I shall not identify myself with the body. I shall give up false conceptions of I and mine and fix my mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. How a living entity becomes a victim of the material condition is lucidly explained in this verse. The beginning is to misidentify the body as one's self. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita begins with the spiritual instruction that one is not the body but is within the body. This consciousness can be possible only if one chants the holy name of Krishna, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and always keeps oneself in the association of devotees. This is the secret of success. Therefore, we stress that one should chant the holy name of the Lord and keep oneself free from the contaminations of this material world, especially the contaminations of lusty desires for illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. With determination, one should vow to follow these principles and thus be saved from the miserable condition of material existence. The first necessity is to become freed from the bodily concept of life. Please repeat the translation. Simply because I chanted the holy name of the Lord in the association of devotees, my heart is now becoming purified. Therefore, I shall not fall victim again to the false lures of material sense gratification. Now that I have become fixed in the absolute truth, henceforward I shall not identify myself with the body. I shall give up false conceptions of I and mine and fix my mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this chapter, Ajamila delivered by the Vishnu Dutas. Ajamila chanted the holy name of Lord Narayana. We have been reading in the past few verses in this and the previous chapter. And because of his chanting one holy name, Narayana, helplessly, he became completely freed from all the sins that he had committed in this life and all his past life. And the moment he chanted the holy name of Lord Narayana, immediately Vishnu Dutas came to his rescue and rescued him from death. So Ajamila got a second chance. That's how we have a book on this whole pastime of Ajamila titled Second Chance. Second chance means he got one more chance in life. Otherwise, he would have died and gone to some hellish planets for all these sins and offenses that he had committed, deserting his aged parents, sending away his chaste wife, engaging with the prostitute, gambling, cheating, eating. There was no sin that Ajamila had not committed. But simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Narayana, he became freed from all the sins. That is why Prabhupada is writing here in the purport, therefore, we stress on this chanting of the holy name. Why we stress on this chanting of the holy name? Why the stress is given? Because just by chanting the holy name, we can be completely freed from all our sinful reactions, not only of this life, but all the past life. So no other process can give us a benefit like this. And so the holy name is being stressed. It is being stressed everywhere. So here, Prabhupada is beginning. So in the translation, Ajamila is basically telling his realization. He said, so this is his realization, that now my heart is becoming purified simply because I chanted the holy name of Lord Narayana. And he is making a determination. That's how the word determination comes in the purport also. Prabhupada says we should make a determination that henceforward I shall not commit sinful actions. So what is his realization and what is his determination? His realization is that this holy name is so powerful that I have become purified, and he is now saying that I will give up the false conceptions of I and mine and fix my mind on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. And he says he's further realized, and now he's determined that I shall not fall victim again to the false lures of material sense gratification. Mama aham, as Prabhupada also says, aham mameti, I and mine. We're living in this bodily concept of life. And living in this bodily concept of life, I am trying to enjoy my body, which I am not. I am not the material body, I am spirit soul. So because we are falling into this material conception of life is why we are suffering, and Ajamila has realized that, and now he's making a determination, I will never fall back in this bodily platform of life. So Prabhupada is beginning the purport by saying how a living entity becomes victim of the material condition is lucidly explained in this verse. All of us here in this material world are victims of something. Like Ajamila was a victim. What was he victim of? What are we all victim of? We are all victim of lust, which is a bodily concept of life. We are all victim of anger, pride, envy, ego. These are all bodily concept of life. So all of us here are victims of bodily concept of life. How many of us realize this, that we are victims of bodily? It's a very strong word Prabhupada is using. We are all victim. We are blindly accepting this body to be self, and therefore how can you say that we are bodily we have this bodily concept of life? Because we are enjoying the body. This is a proof that we are victims of the bodily concept of life. If we were not, we wouldn't have been enjoying the body. Gratifying our senses, the very fact we are doing that is a proof that we are victims of this bodily concept of life. And here, Prabhupada is writing in the purport that this verse lucidly explains this bodily concept of life. Is lucidly how we are victims of this material condition is lucidly explained. And this lucid means very simple, easy to understand, clear, logical explanation. And it is Prabhupada is writing, the beginning of this material conception of life is to misidentify ourselves with the body. So this victims of bodily conception of life, it means staying on the material platform. So this is something that we have to come out of. Prabhupada, in all his talks, all his lectures, you won't find a talk of Prabhupada where he is not explaining the concept of body and soul. Practically every lecture, whenever we hear Srila Prabhupada's class, Prabhupada is driving home this point: we are not the body. We are not the body. Why every class, every time, every class Prabhupada is saying that? Every chapter of every book, everywhere Prabhupada is saying that. Because unless and until we are out of this bodily concept of life, there is no question of self-realization. And Prabhupada also, in all his talks and lectures, very lucidly is explaining what is bodily concept of life. Like this verse is lucidly explaining. What are some of the lucid explanations of Prabhupada? Very simple, very easy. Just like he gives few examples. Somebody has passed away. We say, he has passed away. Now, who has passed away? That person, he that you saw all along your life is lying here. His entire body is intact. Inside his body, all his parts are intact. So that person as you saw is there. But you still say, he has passed away. That means that he who has passed away is not the body which you were thinking him to be. But there is something else which has passed away because the body is still there. So what has passed away? He means the Atma has passed away, which is different from the body. And our entire life we identify everyone with the body. Or another example, as Prabhupada says, this is my hand. Hand is not me. This is my eyes. The eye is not me. So when I say my hand, my eyes, whose hand, whose eyes? My body. So even I am not the body. Otherwise if I am the body, which we think, then I would have said I am this body, I body. So we don't say, we say my hand, my eyes, my body. That means who's that my? That is that soul, Dehi, which is residing inside the body. And it is that which is important. The best example that Prabhupada gave, of so many examples he gave and all are very good, is a man driving a car. When a man is driving a car, what is important? Is the man important or the car important? Car has its own importance, but the car has no meaning without the man driving the car. If a car is just parked, all its life the car is parked and no one drives it, has the car got any meaning? Although we may have paid for it, but it has no meaning. The car has meaning as long as a person is driving it. And the car has no meaning without that. Similarly, our body has meaning only when the soul is inside the body. And if the soul leaves the body, then the body is useless. We say yes, nobody would like, even if there's a loved and the dear one, if the soul is not there, it's like a corpse, and nobody will even want to embrace it, because the entire value that the body had was because of the soul. When the soul is inside and I injure my small little finger, then I may be ready to spend lakhs of rupees, 10 lakh. for a small surgery, some bone or something. But if that soul leaves the body, the same finger is there, the injury may be there, but no, it will just be disposed of. It is worth nothing. But that soul made it so valuable. Without the soul, the body will be burnt away. Absolutely no value. So this is the bodily concept of life. So Prabhupada is giving us so many different examples, explanations, this way, that way, just to bring us outside this bodily concept of life. And further in the purport, Prabhupada is writing, Krishna also begins the Bhagavad Gita with this explanation, Dehi nosmin yathade, that you are not the body. So see, even God, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna is beginning the most sacred book, the Bhagavad Gita, which is, all over the world, such an important book. It begins with dispelling Arjuna's ignorance, because he was on the bodily platform of life. They are my grandfathers, they are my brothers, they are my teachers, and if I'll kill them, they'll be dead and gone. And Krishna wanted to bring him out of this illusion that you are thinking them to be as bodies and they'll be dead and gone. No, they have no death. So spiritual, as Prabhupada says, self-realization begins with this understanding that I am not the body. And Prabhupada explains this as the ABC of spiritual life. Now, we are hearing so many explanations and some understanding we are getting that yes, we are not the body, but still we see that our actions are still on the bodily platform. Of course, to some extent, no, not that it is a digital, to the extent that we have got realization. So, there is a difference between the knowledge that I am not the body, and there's a difference between realized knowledge that I am not the body. All of us, because we have read so many books of Prabhupada and heard his lectures so many times, we all have the knowledge that we are not the body. But depending upon each one's upon each one's advancement, this remains at to some level a theoretical platform, that I am not the body, I am not the body. I am hearing so many times, we have become used to it. I am not the body. The knowledge is on the theoretical platform. How to make this knowledge, how can we be situated on not this theoretical platform of I am body, but we get some realization that yes, I am indeed not the body. And realization means my actions will not be on the bodily platform. I will not be looking for sense gratification, because I am not the body, so I will not be happy by sense gratification. Right? So how is this jnanam transformed to vijnanam? How this knowledge becomes realized knowledge? So here Prabhupada is writing that this consciousness means that I am not the body, this realized knowledge, this consciousness can be possible only if one chants the holy name of Krishna, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So you just see the most important knowledge, that which we have to, give up, that I am not the body. This knowledge can be realized simply by chanting the holy names of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And Prabhupada says this is the secret of success. We all want to be successful, and this is the secret, that simply if we become fixed up in chanting the holy names of Lord, we will be able to come out of this illusion that we are not the body. That is why Prabhupada says that when one starts chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and is hearing attentively, the first installment of profit, we all get some profit when you do something, right? And we get those profits in installments. Suddenly you won't get profit everything together. You'll get it in small installments. So Prabhupada says the first installment of profit will be that you will understand that you are not the body. or your misunderstanding that I am the body will be vanquished. This is the first installment of profit. And this is the secret of success. And so Prabhupada writes that therefore, means because this chanting is so important that it can pull you out of this bodily concept of life, and this is the secret of success, therefore we stress that one should chant the holy name of the Lord. So everywhere in our scriptures, this is being stressed. Every personality is stressing it. Every Shukadev Goswami is stressing it. All our Prahlad Maharaj is stressing it. Everyone, Dhruva Maharaj stressed it by just chanting the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudev. Was doing nothing but just chanting the holy name of the Lord. So our Bhagavata Vidhi is this, the holy name of the Lord. And why it is repeatedly being stressed? Because we have to realize that there is no other way. Brihad Naradya Purana, there's a wonderful stress there. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Eva Kevalam. Kalau Nasteva, 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 Gatiranyata. Look at the way the stress is there on this. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama. 3 times it is being repeated that holy name of Hari, holy name of Hari, holy name of Hari. Why 3 times? Meaning there is a stress because it is so important. And the stress doesn't end here. It further continues. Eva, this certainly is the process. 3 times it is being said, this is the method, this is the method, this is the method. Eva, this in Eva He, this indeed is the process. Further stress, Kevalam, and this is the only process. And then again the stress is continuing by saying, Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva. There is no other method, there is no other method, there is no other method. Gatir Anyatha. So look at the kind of stress that these scriptures are making just for us to realize that we should be strongly holding on to this process. This is the only way, this is the only way, this is the only way. And there is no other way. Prabhupada further, this was Hare Naam Eva Hi Kelam, this is the only way. Srila Prabhupada has also stressed in different ways just to bring out, he has very, very strongly stressed, very, very specially stressed. And some of the words that Prabhupada uses, he says this is not only the only way, this is the only process. We are all looking for some process of self-realization. This chanting of holy name is the only process. This is the only method. There is no other method. So if this is the only way, this is the only method, we should make this chanting of Hare Krishna as our only asset. He says this chanting of Hare Krishna is the only asset of a devotee. This is the only cure. We are all looking for cures in our material life, curing our material disease. This is the only cure. This is the only hope. Should we have hope in something else? We should not have hope in anything else. Material life, Prabhupada says, is a very hopeless condition. And the only hope in this hopeless condition is chanting of the holy name. This is the only medicine. There is no other medicine. This is the only solution. This is the only strength. This is our only duty. This is the only remedy. So like this, Prabhupada is also constantly stressing on the importance of chanting the holy names by using these words. And not so even Shankaracharya, who was a Mayavad philosopher, he has also stressed Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam Mudhamate Samprapte Sannihita Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrin Karane. Just look at the way Shankaracharya is stressing. He's a Advaitist. But even he's stressing, three times, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Modamateo, you fools, please chant the holy names of Krishna. And Nahi Nahi Rakshati, Nahi Nahi, again repetition. That means again the stress is given there. So when we read these verses, these things should strike us. Why Nahi Nahi? Why three times? Why it is being stressed? Because this is our only hope. There is no other remedy. That's why the acharyas are repeatedly stressing so that we realize its importance. Nahi Nahi. Indeed, there is no other way. There is no other way. Then Srimad-Bhagavatam, they stress so many places, so many ways. Parikshit Maharaj is being told by Shukadev Goswami. Shukdev Goswami is repeatedly stressing. Kaler dosh nidhe rajan asti eko mahan gunaha. Although the Kali Yuga is an ocean of fault, but there is one great quality, mahan gunaha. A stress is there. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vraje. Simply by chanting the holy names of Krishna, this is a great benefit, the great quality. We can be freed from everything, from all material contamination. In another place in the second canto, Parikshit Maharaj is saying that chanting the holy names of Krishna is the doubtless and the fearless way, akuto bhayam, for success for all. See, we all want success in the material world. How many people are successful in the material world? Everybody is not successful in the material world. Very few people are successful. Somebody thinks success is becoming the CEO of a company. How many can become the CEOs? So success is very, very limited in the material world. But here, Parikshit Maharaj is being told, Shukdev Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj, I have a formula for success for all, not for one or two. And he's giving success for all. You will get some doubts. Is it possible? He's saying, I am giving you the doubtless and the fearless way. You see? Because to attain us, and this success is no ordinary success, it's the ultimate success. It's the highest knowledge. So you may become, you may have doubts, you may fear. No, he's saying, Akuto Bhayam, it is the doubtless and the fearless way for success for everyone, including those who have material desires. So this is the kind of stress Bhagavatam is making. Just to make us realize, do not fear. As Krishna says to Arjuna, Ma Shuchaha. Do not fear. This is the only process. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, he stresses this always. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the stress is very nicely brought out by these two verses. He says, Bhajaner Madhye Shrestha Navavidha Bhakti. Our process of Krishna consciousness is engaging in devotional activity. And there are 9 devotional activities, Navavidha Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, and all of them. So, Bhajaner Madhye Shrestha Navavidha Bhakti, the best Shrestha is Navavidha Bhakti. And what can this give? Krishna Prem, Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti. This Navavidha Bhakti can give you Krishna Prem, it can give you Krishna Dhare Mahashakti. It has got this much of power, Mahashakti. It can give you Krishna, Krishna Prema. And then he says, now you may think, okay, Navavidha, there are 9 processes. Anything better than that? He says, Tar Madhye Sarva Shresht. That was Shresht. Navavidha is Shresht. Now he's saying Sarva Shresht Tar Madhye Nama Sankirtana. So chanting the holy name is the Sarva Shresht. There cannot be a higher stress than this. It is so strongly being stressed. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always stressed on Kirtana. Chant the holy name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life, we have seen what he was by and large engaging people in Kirtana, in making them chant the holy name. Philosophy, he was discussing only with those very limited circles, those who had philosophical bent of mind. with Ramananda Raya, with Prakashananda Saraswati, with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. With them, some philosophy because they were philosophically inclined. But otherwise, Mahaprabhu only because Kali Yuga Dharma, Krishna Nam Sankirtana. This is the Kali Yuga Dharma. So that is what Mahaprabhu wants. Everybody. That's why he says, Prithivite ache jato nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar hoibe morai naam. My holy name will be chanted. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Srivas Angan, we know that place we have visited in Mayapur, he would whole night do kirtan. So one day, what happened while he was doing kirtan, Srivasa's son passes away. Imagine Srivas Thakur, who's a pure devotee, his son passes away. It's a very serious thing. And Srivas Thakur, he tells, and all the other ladies and other members of the house, they are, completely heartbroken. They're crying. They are like so sad, and they have lost Srivas' son is gone. Srivas Thakur tells him, shh, don't make noise. Don't make a big issue. Okay, doesn't matter. Now Mahaprabhu's kirtan is going on. We should not disturb the kirtan that Mahaprabhu is doing this by making this news important. Kirtan is more important. So just imagine the way even devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stressed on the holy name. That his son has died and he's saying, no, don't make an issue of it. Kirtan is more important. Can there be more stress to this, the importance of kirtan? Of course, then the story goes that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understands it and he was not getting some taste. He realized that some sad incident has happened and then he attends to Srivas' son. And then Srivas' son, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just to bring them out of bodily concept of life, because all the members started crying, means they were in the bodily concept of course they were devotees, as devotees they were crying. But so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he does, he gives life to the dead son of Srivas Thakur. He puts life back into him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed many miracles. And then he makes the dead son speak. And he starts talking about the concept of body and soul. And he speaks to his family members, mother, all of them who were there, relatives. You should not lament for me. I am not dead and gone. It's my body who is gone. And you should all engage in chanting the holy names of Krishna. You see? Stress on the holy name of Krishna, and we should give up the bodily concept of life. That is what Srivas Thakur's son was speaking. And he said, you can give up this bodily concept of life just by engaging in Mahaprabhu's kirtan. So if they were unhappy, they were sad, the only way to come out of this distress is by chanting the holy names of Krishna. And that is what he spoke. So like this, so many places, Prabhupada in one lecture, he is writing, the tongue must work. Our tongue must work. There's some work that we have to do with our tongue. As far as possible, we should hear. And officially, so he says, tongue must go, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Tongue must work. And Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Not like that. Prabhupada is chanting. He's chanting like that, indistinctly he's chanting, not like that. He's demonstrating. And he says, that will not help, not like that. Every word should be distinctly chanted and heard, not official. So, stress on this point. This is how Prabhupada, every word should be distinctly chanted and heard, not official. Stress on this point. So, our stress is on the sound vibration. And this is what Prabhupada repeatedly said. Prabhupada would say that when we are chanting Hare Krishna, because the name is non-different from the person, when we are chanting Hare Krishna, the personality of Godhead is personally dancing on our tongue. Because the name is non-different from Krishna, so the name is on our tongue. That means Krishna is on our tongue. But this we will be able to realize only when we are distinctly hearing and chanting and hearing. You may say, that, but if Krishna is on our tongue, why don't we see Krishna? Right? Krishna is on our tongue. Why don't we see Krishna? So Prabhupada would say, why are you stressing on seeing God? You can see God. Right now your senses are not purified. So right now, if you want to see God, the stress should not be on seeing Him with our eyes. The stress should be on chanting distinctly and hearing attentively. That should be the stress on. And if we stress on this hearing, chanting distinctly and hearing, then God can be realized, which is better than seeing, because in realization, seeing is included. When Krishna was there 5,000 years back, so many people saw, but nobody realized. So seeing is not good. Realization includes seeing and includes many more things. You can experience God. So Prabhupada said we must stress like that. And that is the reason Prabhupada stressed on, because you see, if we have to purify ourselves, because we are so deep into the bodily concept of life, we must take a, this is a disease state. So to come out of this disease state, you need a medicine. And you not only need a medicine, but you need the medicine with the right dose. Right? If you have fallen sick and you just take half tablet when the prescription is 1 tablet 3 times a day, and you take half tablet all throughout the day, you won't come out of the disease. So there's a minimum dose. So that is why Prabhupada said, he stressed that we must chant minimum 16 rounds every day. Because if we do not chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day, then it is very difficult to come out of this bodily concept of life. And if we do it, you will be out, which is the secret for success. That according to Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur's standard, we are supposed to chant 64 rounds. But Prabhupada, being very merciful, has reduced the dose. Now, since it's already a reduced dose, Prabhupada is stressing it very seriously. This dose cannot be further reduced. Prabhupada writes there, he's writing to one disciple, therefore I stress in all my letters that 16 rounds must be chanted minimum. So we see in so many different ways, everywhere in the scripture, this chanting is being stressed. This is our only hope. This is our only duty. And so no matter what condition we are in, whether in happiness or distress, we must chant the holy name of Lord. Bhaktivedanta Thakur is saying, Shukhe dukhe bhulo nago vadane hari naam korore. Whether you are in happiness or distress, you must chant the holy name of the Lord. So when in distress, chanting must be stressed. This is what our scriptures do. We generally stress on chanting all other time. Yes, now I'm chanting. But when we are unhappy, when we are afflicted by some miseries or we are afflicted by some distress, we forget the chanting. No, during the distress also chanting should be stressed. When we stress on this chanting, in spite of, no matter what our condition is, just look at Ajamila. He chanted in the most distressful time and it helped him. So we must remember that I have only one secret. I have only one hope. There's only one solution. There's only way. And that is chanting the holy name. And all the scriptures are stressing, the whole pastime of Ajamila stresses this point. So we should pray to Krishna. Krishna, please make me remember to chant your name always. I should not forget you. When we pray like this to Krishna, there should be a stress in our prayers also. Then Krishna will help the devotee to always remember him at all the time. Just like it was Krishna who helped Ajamila to call out his name as if he's calling out his son. It was Krishna who helped him to call him out. So same way, Krishna is seeing that yes, the devotee is taking some pains, he is making some endeavors to chant the holy name of the Lord distinctly, then Krishna will help us personally. We'll end here. Grantra Srimad-Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.